Okay guys, it's the next day. Went to go put this other head on over here last night and the camera died. So I have the shittiest camera batteries known to man in existence. They're bad. So we're going to go ahead and put this head on here. I've already got the LS9 MLS head gasket on it. So we're going to throw the other 317 head on, torque it down, and we'll be all set. So what you're going to want to do before you do put the head on is take one of your old head bolts. I cut little, whatever these are called, like rows out in the threads with just an angle grinder, and you're going to want to run these down and then back them out and then run them down and back them out, and basically what that does is it cleans out the threads, especially for iron blocks. You're going to have to do that because those threads will get rusty in there. So I've already done that on this side. This one's already done. It's all torqued down, rockers are in, and everything's all set up. Alright, so you're going to want to go ahead and smack the head on. Line it up with the dowels here. Make sure it's clean. Alright, so I got two bolts sitting in there to keep the head on and not fall over. So now you're going to want to grab your ARP assembly lubricant and lube up these bolts. So let me has one. Same deal, threads and underneath the head. Alright, so now that you've put the ARP lube on all the bolts, just run them down hand tight, nothing crazy, and then we're going to go ahead and refer to the installation instructions for the ARP head bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and do them in sequence. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9, then 10. And then this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I'm sorry, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But those are at the very, very end. What you're going to do is you're going to do from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 25 pounds, and you're going to do it over again at 50 foot-pounds, and you're going to do it all over again one more time at 75 foot-pounds, and then you install these up top. So we're going to go ahead and start doing this here. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab this torque wrench and I'm going to set it to 25 foot-pounds, which it is already at. That's perfect. And then we'll go ahead and start at 1. There's 1. Next is 50 foot-pounds, so we're going to go ahead and up the foot poundage. That is 30, 40, and there is 50. And 10. Oh, that's hard work. Now we're going to do it all over again, but at 75 foot-pounds. It's 50, 60, 75. I'm sweating. Okay, so now we're going to do these top ones, which are 25 foot-pounds. So we're going to bring it back down to 25. And there's 25. Then we're going to set this aside. I'm going to change the bit out to a 10 mil. Alright, with these, same thing. ARP assembly lubricant on the threads and underneath the heads. Got my brother over there playing with the hose. The hose. Brian, you got a lot of hose over there?
What?
You got hose?
Hell yeah.
Now we're going to go ahead and install these push rods in here. Those are easy. Just set right into place. Alright, now we're going to install the rocker arms. Alright, and then same for these. These bolts are 25 foot-pounds. Joel's here.
Two hours later.
Alright, so what are we doing today?
Okay, so what are we doing today? We're doing a lot of shit today.
Doing a lot of shit today.
We're gonna try to get the engine in the car tonight, but this is the flywheel for the McLeod stage. Well, it's not even a stage. The original street twin. Yeah, I said it right this time. So it's got shims on it and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the back. Yeah.
Some help there, bud. Alright, so what are we doing today?
Okay, so what are we doing today? We're doing a lot of shit today.
Doing a lot of shit today.
We're gonna try to get the engine in the car tonight, but this is the flywheel for the McLeod stage. Well, it's not even a stage. The original street twin. Yeah, I said it right this time. So it's got shims on it and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the back. Yeah.
Some help there, bud.
No.
Oh, great.
You. Okay. All right, flywheel's on. After that mishap, I'm putting that in the video.
I stayed there the whole time, I promise.
I have ARP fasteners for the flywheel, so of course you know the drill.
Lube them hose up.
Lube them motherfuckers up. So I am gonna put one in there just to hold it on there. I'd hate for this thing to fall off. All right. Oh, I should turn this off.
Oops.
Don't want no copyright claims.
Alright. What are we up to now?
So now we're going to be torquing these down. A quick little Google search said that these go 80 foot-pounds, or 60 foot-pounds, sorry. So I've already got the torque wrench too.
You got it on that 60 foot-pounds?
60 foot-pounds, yes sir. Let's go, Astros 3-1.
Hey.
Alright. Anyway, so this is kind of like a lug nut. You're going to want to do it in a star pattern. Alright, so I did that one. I'm going to do this one next. Alright, then this one. Then this one. Now this one. Now we can go ahead and jack this up and then we'll put the twin disc on.
That twin disc, though.
Don't trip now.
I'm not knocking more stuff over. Don't worry about it.
No. Oh, great.
You.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have a what's it called tool?
A clutch alignment tool?
Nope.
Sir. Sir.
Actually, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about this,
Hashtag budget.
is this supposed to have a pilot bearing? Alright, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing okay. here is the 6.0, and finally got it all fully built, but I did run into a big issue, and I think I'm going to be able to fix it, and I'll show you how. Just real quick though, check out those coil pack brackets. Those things look pretty dank, if I do say so myself. Shout out to ICT Billet. They make some of the best aluminum parts that you can buy for the LS. They make really good stuff. My starter bolts are from them too. Anyway, alright, so here's my T56 on my friend Joel's transmission jack, so shout out to Joel for that. I took the bell housing off the trans. It makes putting the transmission on the engine a lot easier if you just bolt the bell housing straight up to the engine and then put the trans to the bell housing. Whole lot easier. Take my word for that. Also got the McLeod Street Twin disc clutch installed, ARP hardware, everything. So anyway, the issue that I've been having, it is what, Thursday the 30th, and on Memorial Day and Memorial Day weekend pretty much, I was trying my hardest to get the trans onto the engine, and I could not get it on for the life of me, and I kept having a serious issue where I thought that maybe the clutch discs were not aligned or something like that. So I went out and bought this tool because this clutch did not come with the tool. Anyway, I got it to align, and I kept trying and trying and trying and trying, and I still would never be able to get the trans onto the engine. Well, little did I know that this is a 99 LQ4 6 liter. And I googled it. I was like, okay, why can't I put the T56 on my engine? I got onto ls1tech.com and started looking through stuff, and saw a thread, and one of the posts in the thread, one of the guys said, hey, as long as it's not a 99 through 2000, you'll be fine, because the 99s and 2000 blocks have longer cranks. And I was like, well, crap. This is a 99 through 2000. That was a little generation that they came out with. This is a 99 LQ4. So started doing a little bit more research, and I realized that this crank on this motor is longer by 0.4 inches. 0.4 of an inch. It is longer. It sticks out 0.4 inches farther outside the crank. So this is going to be kind of hard to see, but do you see that gap in between there? The flywheel in the back of the block. If I can get it to focus. Anyway, that right there has never been that big, not on the 5.3 at least. I put the LS7 clutch for perspective, and you can see the gap is a lot smaller, and that crank flange does not stick out near as far in there. Anyway, so that is the reason why I cannot get this on. The input shaft on the transmission here hits the end of the crank, and there's about a gap about yay long. So yeah, the the engine and transmission have just been sitting here like this for over a week now. Well, not over a week, but a little less than a week now. But anyway, the way that I'm going to fix it is, hopefully if this works, fingers crossed, I bought two 250 thousandths or a 1/4 inch spacers that go in between the bell housing and the block right here. Just like that. So the idea is here to space the transmission out a little bit farther than the than before. So that's a 1/4 inch, and I need about 0.4. So I'm going to go ahead and stack 2 1/4 inches and make it a half, and it'll only be 1/10 of an inch off. And hopefully that works. So anyway, just wanted to give you a little update for you guys, and hopefully this thing will be in by this weekend. Of course, even though I keep saying that, excuse me. I keep saying that, and it's probably not going to happen, but yeah, that's the goal this weekend. Alright, so another thing to note, whenever you space the transmission farther back from the engine, there's quite a few things that actually go into play here as well. Like the spacing from the shifter in the car is going to be back. I'm, like I said, doing the double spacers, so it's going to be back about 1/2 inch, which isn't really that much when you think about it, but when you put these two things together, like this, it's going to be back that far, which is like 1/2 of my thumb. So, it's probably not going to stay. Nope. So anyway, that's going to be back farther. The slave cylinder that sits inside the transmission, which is right here, is going to have a little bit more throw, if you will, in order to push the clutch in. So I might have to shim that like 1/10 of an inch. And one of the most important parts, the starter as well. This is just kind of sitting here, mocked up, but you can kind of see the alignment there. And you can see that the starter end point, which is that little dark spot there, is touching the flywheel. So I'm going to have to get a new starter. Well, it's not touching anymore, it's just kind of sitting there, but it goes over part of the flywheel, and those teeth will not go out that far to engage. So I'm going to have to get a new flywheel. Another thing that you also have to consider as well is your drive shaft. That little yoke that sticks into the output shaft of the transmission. It's going to be farther in as well, since the transmission is going back. Your yoke's going to be farther in, which I have plenty of room, so I'm not too worried about that. And same thing with your mounts. I have plenty of room on my mounts to move back and forth, but it's all little stuff that you have to keep in mind. So.